Hello, I'm Transformers fan G138, and I'm here with a video review of Transformers Fall of Cybertron Blastoff, the retail version. And honestly, I was a little hesitant on this guy, on all of the Bruticus set, because the San Diego Comic-Con one looks so awesome. And obviously I wanted Bruticus, but I was unable to obtain it, so have to settle with the retail one. It's actually not bad. I think this guy I like a little bit better than the brown color he normally is, or the off gold that they did on San Diego Comic-Con. So this is actually pretty nice. I like this design. I don't like the yellow apps, but it actually, because they're not done well, like you can see the purple right through these, which I guess it kind of gives it like panel lining a little bit. Guess that's okay. And here, I mean, there's so much texture in there. I think those paint apps might have been more useful somewhere else. Although that ends up being his chest, so it's not bad. So this guy is actually not nearly as hollow as the others. I mean, he still has some open spaces here and here. His head is just tucked in here. But overall, he's a little bit more solid, I think, than the other figures. And I honestly like this mode. It kind of looks like a steampunk style spaceship. And it's kind of cool. It actually reminds me a lot of the Firefly show. How their ships looked. All these bulky things and these weird angles. So yeah, I think that's kind of cool. Personally, that's just my opinion though. Now, yeah, pretty neat. So they actually, these guys have a lot of paint apps in them compared to the other Fall Cybertrons. This is all the silver's painted, all the yellow and the black, and yeah, it's all the silver here. And granted, a lot of it's unpainted, but still, it's not bad. Oh, and by the way, this is literally leg mode for Bruticus if you decide to have this guy as the leg. So, yeah. A lot of people have taken to doing this because it makes it a little bit more stable front and back wise. So I'm going to go ahead and transform this into robot mode so we can check him out some more, because honestly, he's pretty awesome in robot mode. And here he is in robot mode. And I have to say, this guy is pretty cool. He's definitely not as hollow as some of the other ones. I mean, he's hollow under here, but that's because his arms fold up under there. And here in the back of the legs, it doesn't look hollow. Even though it is a little bit, it doesn't look it. The only spot I really think he looks hollow is in here. In the backs of the arms, and even in the front of the arms to some extent. Because that's where they plug in, there's an indent there. And in the back end, because this is covered up in vehicle mode, so yeah. He does have a Decepticon logo here on his back. Don't know why it's there, but it's there. That's actually on part of the shuttle, I think. The underside. No, that's part of the top side, sorry. So, yeah. From an engineering standpoint, this guy is not that bad. This guy is pretty cool. He has his issues, as do most of the Fall of Cybertron and Transformers Prime. They're coming up with ways to make these cheaper and more efficient to make and such. That being said, this guy is actually not bad. And like Swindle, he is in scale with, for the most part, the regular deluxe class Transformers. I mean, he's a little bit smaller than Swindle. Swindle, honestly, scale-wise, should be about to this guy's knees, but whatever. We're not getting into that. So, he's a little bit... He's still taller than these guys, although I think he's a little more in scale with these. However, it's not bad. He definitely fits in. And I think this guy's going to be top spin in the Wreckers repaints and retools. So, honestly, this is going to look pretty sharp, I think. Okay, so, and he was smaller to begin with, so, well, the figure himself here has a swivel here at the hip. It's got a kind of half ratchet joint. It really doesn't work like a ratchet joint. It's more like a friction with a, I really don't know what you'd even qualify that as. And there's a hinge there. There's a hinged knee, which goes up well beyond 90 degrees. That's pretty cool. No foot movement at all, because there's a lot of rotating pieces and stuff down there for combined mode and such. So, the arms, no waist swivel. The arms do have motion here, because they're on a ball and socket joint, but they're angled in, which is kind of gives it a cool look like this, where these kind of flail out. Otherwise, they're kind of like that. Not as cool. This makes them look a little more bulky, and I like it. However, it hinders a little bit of the arm motion because the arm wants to go in as it goes out, but it's still cool. You can compensate for that a little bit. So he has a hinge and a ball and socket joint for the elbow. So he's got that swivel motion. His hands are unpainted, so they're right molded in with the purple plastic. The only concern, and his head swivels too. It's on a ball and socket joint, so it goes up and down a little bit, but the armor gets away enough that it just goes back down in place. My only concern as far as paint applications are these things kind of rub up against the painted chest. I'm afraid moving around too much, I'm going to scratch that paint. So he's got, for weapons, he's got these double blasters here. They're kind of cool. These are actually not bad for weapon style. They actually blend in with the vehicle mode quite nicely, because they actually plug on the feet, which are the same color plastic, or very similar plastic. So these can actually plug in also on the arms, so that's kind of neat. There's two pegs, so you could actually plug it in like this on the arm as well. Widen up his arms a bit if you really wanted to, like that. So it's an option. So overall, it's a pretty cool thing. I like the head sculpt, and I like that it's painted. So it's a pretty nice figure. I like this guy. I think he's probably middle of the pack for me in this entire series of 5. So yeah, he's not bad. I like the scaling on these figures a lot better than I did the Fall Cybertron guys initially. But yeah. So that pretty much concludes my review. If you have any questions of Blastoff, please post a comment down below, and I will answer those for you. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.